All right, Coach. Big weekend of baseball this last weekend. Got a couple of wins over Minnesota Crookston. Jumped up in the standings. They're in the final regular season set between you and the Golden Eagles. A lot of action, some fireworks both days against UMC. What'd you like and what you didn't like?
Yeah, it was a fun series. I mean, a really good series to go into a conference tournament with. So we played some good baseball. We swung the bats pretty well. We pitched it really well, especially that first day with RJ and Myre, and finally we started playing some defense that we knew we could play. So it was a really good weekend for us against a really good team who now we're going to see it again. So it's going to be an intense series. There's going to be some emotion, some attitude, and hopefully we can come out ready to go and play some clean baseball like we did this past weekend.
Coach, talk about how getting back-to-back complete game efforts from two of your front guys. How key was that for your success this weekend?
Huge. And those are guys that, again, we've relied on all year and expected that out of them. And this is the first time they put it together in a single day. And, man, it was huge. It was big. It saved our bullpen. Got some guys some needed rest that we needed to get some rest. And it was really good to see those two throw their best games that they have all year in the last weekend. So they're going in again on this weekend on a high note. And those two have been good for us all year, but this past weekend showed how good they've been for us, and it was fun to watch.
Ryan, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, actually. So I was just kind of looking through, one of the guys that I've noticed, Kayden Cardoso, he's really kind of taken a hot streak at the plate lately. How key has he been for your success, and how key is he going to be going forward into the conference tournament?
Yeah, he's been really good at the plate. I mean, even before he started getting the hits, he was good. He was drawing some walks. He had some good plate discipline and wasn't striking out a ton, so you knew it was coming. And then about 2 weeks ago, it just really clicked. He started putting the ball in the park, putting the ball in the gaps, and getting on base. And he's able to steal some bases for us now. So, especially with some of the other injuries we've had, he's been huge to step up and come up with some big hits after big hit after big hit. And it doesn't matter if he's starting or hitting in the 6-hole or the 4-hole or coming off the bench or whatever it is. He's come up with some really clutch hits for us, and at a time we needed him the most. So it's been fun to watch him, and he's been good for us.
Another guy defensively that has really kind of come on lately is Tyler Wiltshire. He's been kind of in and out of the lineup as more of that supportive reserve role, but been starting for the last few games at third base. And I think on Friday, first play, he could have made an error early on in game number 1, but then after that he was nails at third base and really kind of locked it down. What do you like from his performance lately?
Yeah, he's been our glove for the last 3 years. I mean, he's been a guy that we know when we put him out there defensively, whether it's at third base, shortstop, second base, even first base a little bit this year. He's going to be really, really good for us, and he proved it again this weekend. He could have kind of shut down shop after he made that first error and put a run across, but he came out. He saved a lot of runs for us this weekend. So the glove has been really good with him. He's been in a good mindset, an aggressive mindset defensively, and it's starting to click for him at the plate a little bit right now too, which is fun with him hitting his first career home run. And but he's in there for his glove, and he knows that, and he's been a steady presence for us, whether it's at third base or second base for us right now, and he's been good.
Crookston, you missed a couple of their top ERA guys on the stat column this last time. What do you expect from their pitching staff going into this weekend series?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough weekend. I mean, playoff baseball, you don't generally put up 19 runs, so we're not expecting to go beat somebody 19-0. But it's gonna be close, contested ball games. The guy they threw on Sunday was probably gonna be their number 2, and we're gonna have to go out there and scratch together some runs and hopefully win some tight ball games. So we got a little feel for that on Sunday, and we've had some feel for tight ball games the last couple weeks. So we're ready for it. We just got to go out there and know that we can't leave guys on base. We've still done that a little bit the last couple weeks. We gotta be able to execute and score guys on third base when there's less than 2 outs. So if we can execute that, we'll be all right.
And looking at your pitching staff, obviously you mentioned Noah and RJ with really rock-solid performances on Friday. Do you anticipate them going out against Crookston again, or do you think you'll kind of switch things up a little bit?
No, they're our horses, so they're going to go out there again. Noah's going to start game 1, and RJ's going to be ready to go game 2. So there are guys that are the guys we've been there with all year, and then Don Parkhurst has been as good as it gets as our kind of number 3 guy, so he's going to be ready to go for us as well. And we've had a ton of other guys step up. Blake Gallagher had a big start the other day against Bemidji, and then obviously with our pen, we know with Craig Schmick and Kern and Chappell and Bagshaw and Badger and those guys are all going to be ready for a pretty heavy workload this weekend too. So we're going to use them all, and we've got them. We can't take them home with us, so we'll everybody will be ready to go for whatever role it is.
Ryan, do you have a question?
Yeah, one more for me. So obviously you guys just finished up conference play against the University of Minnesota Crookston. You're opening up the conference tournament against them again. Just kind of in a general sense, how advantageous is it for you to see a team that you are a little bit more familiar with in a recent sense to open up the conference tournament?
Yeah, I don't know if it really benefits us or hurts us in any way more than the other, just because, again, we did it, but so did they. So we're going to have our game plan, and they're going to have their game plan against us, and it's kind of going to come down to who can execute it the best and who can score runs when they have the situations to score them, and who can play clean defense. Because again, it showed this weekend when teams didn't play clean defense, runs scored. So we're going to have to play some clean defense. We're going to have to execute what we want to execute, and they're probably saying the exact same thing we are. So it's always interesting going in and playing the same team again on back-to-back weekends, but I think we're ready for it, and I think if we go out there again, play our game like we've said all year, we'll be okay.
On a similar note, last week we were talking about peaking at the right time and hoping to get a couple breaks here or there to maybe solidify that top 4 spot and earn home field advantage, especially with the new format. How important do you think it was for you guys to win those couple games and to get back and be able to play at Corbett in the postseason?
I think it's huge. I mean, our guys love playing at home. Corbett's such a nice field for us that plays to our strengths with the turf, and we can play a little bit faster, and then just sleeping in your own beds and having your own fans at the ballpark is huge. So playing at home is awesome. And again, like you said, we had to get on a little hot streak. We had to play some good baseball down the stretch to get this, and I think we did. Every team wants to peak at the right time, and I think we are peaking at the right time. And we our bats are hot, our gloves are starting to figure it out, and the arms are starting to get there. So we're clicking on all cylinders right now, and I think if we come out there and play the same style of baseball, we're gonna be in pretty good shape.
When things get heated on the diamond like that, how do you keep your guys composed?
Our guys got a lot of energy, a lot of attitude towards them, and that's kind of what's helped us win a lot of games. So again, we just got to make sure we stay on us and play our game and not let anybody take us out of that, because that's how we do get in trouble, is when we do get a little bit over anxious and start doing things that their team wants us to do wrong. So playoff baseball is supposed to be heated. It's supposed to be fun, and our guys know that. Our guys like that, and they feed into that. So again, we just got to keep our heads underneath us, and we'll be okay.
Ryan, do you have a question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Perfect.